I'm always fascinated by a lot of different tools that can make my life easier. These support arms for holding components and helping you solder things are really good. I've used this and I'm very fascinated by different types available in the market. The only problem that I have with this is the price. It's super expensive. I know it's just a simple tool, simple mechanism, but it's way too overpriced for that. So I decided to make this myself. The only things that you need to make this is some steel wires, crocodile clips, and heat shrink tubes. That's it. And then you can start cutting into pieces, attaching to the crocodile clips, putting on the heat shrink on the clip so that the PCB's current is isolated. I'm using a 3D printed part to act like a base, heating it, attaching it, and it's done. It's holding a PCB pretty well. It only costed me like $1 to make this. And it works.